Alright, Python people, what's going on? So, the 2022 season is pretty much at a close. Still probably have a couple animals to ship, but as far as pairings go for that season and animals actually being produced, we're all set. We got what we got. And so for this video, we're just going to show off the snakes that hatched out over here that actually ended up being holdbacks, as well as the few animals that I purchased for the collection going forward this year, just like the update video we did last year. So we're going to be filming these on different days and showing the animals in no particular order, just because certain things are in shed and certain things are looking good right now. So without further ado, we got this first beauty right here. This is a female Cypress clown that hatched out over here. She's doing fantastic. We have her sister as well that's in shed right now, so we'll be showing her in a little bit, but here this girl is. Wonderful. The Cypress Clown project is just getting better and better every single year, and it's easy to see why when you get a base form that looks like this, but these things just age marvelously with color, and they keep all their contrast. They just look better and better with each shed, but we'll go through these quick because there are quite a few of them. But female Cypress clown. Yeah, look at her. Alright, next up. It's definitely one of my favorite animals that hatched out this year. This is a Cypress Bongo, 100% het clown female. So she is just such a cool animal. So there's nothing I can really say here that I didn't already say in her clutch video, but she is just a absolutely spectacular animal, looking nicer and nicer with every single shed. Just like the different hues and the amount of contrast she has in her pattern, that full stripe, her cool little neck stripes on the side of her head right there. But she is awesome, doing absolutely wonderful, and I'm stoked to have her in the collection. She's going to be a big asset for both the Cypress and the Bongo clown projects going down the road, but yeah. Beautiful, beautiful combo. Really cool. Looking forward to seeing what the actual visual clown looks like, but I'm sure it's going to be nice. Yeah, here she is. Not much more to say. Cypress Bongo, 100% het clown female. Growing real well. Look at her. So this is just her sister that we'll show off real quick. She is also a holdback. I still believe her to be the pastel Cypress Bongo, 100% het clown. Pretty similar looking to how just a regular pastel Bongo would look. Cypress isn't super influential when you add the pastel with it, but still a really, really nice looking combo. And again, another asset for that project going forward. She's doing absolutely wonderful, and we are happy to have her. Love the hues on this girl too. Like, the tighter pattern is one of the indicators that I think she has Cypress too. That just looks atypical compared to like what a regular pastel Bongo would look like at this size, but I'm sure as she grows and goes through her color change more and more, it'll be more clear that she has a Cypress opposed to just being pastel and Bongo. But here she is. Wonderful little girl. Alright, so next up, we have two snakes that I actually bought this year. This is a 1.2 pair of Angolan Pythons. This is the female. She's a little too big for the camera, so we'll get out the male real quick and we'll talk a little bit about him. So, this is the male. Still a handful, but a little easier to show off on camera. I haven't talked too much about the Angolan Python project yet, but in 2020 I bought a 1.3 trio of hamper line stock Angolan Pythons. And then this year I bought a unrelated 1.2 pair. So I have two males and then so I have two males and three females of unrelated Angolan Python line, which is important because you can't really import these guys from the wild anymore to get new genetics into the hobby, and so unless you're importing from Europe from another Angolan Python collector, there's only a few lines in the United States, so you want to reduce inbreeding as much as possible, especially thinking about the future of these animals and the limited genetic stock that we have in the country, but these are unrelated lines as far as I know. I've checked as to the best of my ability, but the plan is to breed that 2.3 down the road and hopefully get some awesome Angolan Python babies. So for this 1.2 pair I bought this year, apparently the guy I bought them from, I found out months after the fact that he sold some not so healthy animals to some other people. So he's not going to get a shout out in this video, but as far as these guys go, they're pretty healthy. A little underweight. I've had these guys for a few months now and we've packed some grams on them, but they were 2019s and they were like quite a bit smaller than the 2020s that I've already had. So that either means I'm way overfeeding my previous Angolan Pythons or the guy was way underfeeding these. Might be a little of both, but these guys are healthy. They're out of quarantine. I've had them for several months. He said they've both had their nitovirus check, just like every new animal that comes in here gets, and they got a clean bill of health from me. But yeah, here, we'll put them down. We'll actually show them. These are really cool snakes. I could do like a whole Angolan Python video, but I know he's not going to stay still at all. But, I mean, they're basically really curious, really active, ball python type animals. They're not head shy at all, but we can do like a actual Angolan Python video another time. I was thinking about doing that, but here is this guy. Sister's a little too big to get on camera, but they're just super cool snakes. Like you can see their scales, how they're beaded. They don't feel anything like a ball python or really any other kind of snake for that matter. They like hot, dry environments. Look at that tail. Way longer tail than a normal ball python, but yeah. Here's the male Angolan Python from that pair. Alright, next up is an animal that I actually purchased last year in 2021, but he was shipped out this year for 2022, so we'll include him in this video as well. This is a Mystic Suma Pied, so Mystic Super Mahogany Pied male from Brandon Osborne at the now renamed Metazotics. So this guy is just super, super cool. This is one of the nicest pieds I've ever seen, and I'm not the biggest pied guy in the world, but like when I saw this guy on Morph Market, I'm just like, I have to have him. We'll include him in the project somehow and make some sort of a little mahogany dark pied side project over here. But he is just super, super, super cool. He hasn't been the greatest eater for me. He probably eats like once every 2 or 3 weeks, and he likes his smaller meals for some reason, which is fine. He's eating, he's healthy, he's beautiful, but wish he would be growing a little faster for me. So I'm not sure if he's going to be ready to breed this year, but my guess is for the 2023 season he'll definitely be ready, big enough and mature enough to be thrown in with some girls. But he is definitely one of the gems in the collection. Just a super, super unique snake. I can't wait to hatch out more stuff like this. Just the whites and then the dark. A lot of people like to go super bright with their pied projects, but I think years down the road the dark stuff is really going to be super hot going forward. Just like imagine this a little bit darker and then throw in banana, and then all of a sudden you get like a totally purple and white pied snake. Like that would just be awesome. Or this with like a clown or a xanthic for a double recessive. Just the possibilities are quite endless. Mahogany is just a super cool pied project to get into. But here is this boy, the Suma Mystic Pied Male. I just love his saddles and his ratio of white to pattern. And then with his saddles you get all that dark pigmentation along the edges. And that's just becoming more and more intense with every single shed. But yeah, awesome, awesome boy. Okay, so here real quick is just that other Cypress clown girl that I was talking about. She is doing awesome, looking amazing. And here is her sister. That was the first snake we showed. Alright, so this is just going to be a part 1 to this series, and we'll be posting part 2 in probably a few weeks when all those other remaining animals actually shed out and are looking good for the camera. So, until then, bye YouTube.